Hey Cartype fans, I'm Jesse Proudman, CEO and founder of BlueBox Group from Seattle, Washington.
What are 3 cars that you'd love to have but you know you will never own?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would... Problem is, I think I'm going to strive to own all of these anyway, but Porsche Panamera, Audi S7, and probably a Lamborghini LP, was it 570?
What's your favorite car brand?
By far and large Audi. I'm a big fan of the interiors. I think the exterior design has really made some dramatic improvements over the last couple of years, and just the fit and finish and the total collection of the vehicle line in itself has been fantastic.
What's the ugliest car on the road today?
Ooh, that's a good question. There's so many really ugly cars. So I think the Aztec will forever hold that title as number 1. But I think my probably least favorite car today is the Countryman, Mini Countryman. I feel like you take the kind of quintessential fun Mini Cooper and gets all bloated and feels heavy and out of place, and it's not true to the original brand.
Do you think the government should mandate cafe standards?
I think it's a tough question. As a gearhead, I've been really a fan of performance vehicles, and that often doesn't follow in line with kind of traditional environmentally friendly vehicles or hybrid vehicles that have been coming out. But if you look at kind of what Tesla's been doing with the Roadster, you look at sort of the battery-driven hybrid 911 that Porsche's been coming out, there's this new movement to mirror the two kind of causes into one collective good, and that's really exciting. I think we're going to see some pretty neat vehicles come out of that.
Are there any pitfalls in owning a diesel vehicle?
I've been a huge fan. So we have a 2007 VW Touareg V10 diesel, and I bought it because I tow the Audi S4 race car up and down from Washington to California. And that car in particular can tow like nobody's business. It has so much torque. The diesel mileage is a little less than I had hoped, but I think that's a function of 10 cylinders. If you look at the current iteration of diesel vehicles, I think there's an amazing opportunity to produce high torque, powerful vehicles that get a lot better gas mileage than your traditional, or a lot better fuel economy than your traditional gas-powered vehicles. I think that's pretty exciting.
Is there any car that's sold overseas that you'd like to see come to the US?
I think Audi's diesel lineup, to bring any of those vehicles over, would be really fantastic. They've got such a limited selection of diesel vehicles in the States. We've talked to the Audi dealerships here, and I understand there's a lot of crash testing concerns, and they're not sure that sort of the American diesel market will really support the expense of bringing them here. But I think in reality, if they had spent a little bit more time doing market research, or even brought a couple extra models over, I think they'd be surprised. We hear that A4 is coming over pretty soon, the new generation of the A4. I'd love to see an A6 or an A7, even an A8 diesel would be a spectacular vehicle.
Do you think European cars are better than American cars?
That's a tough question. I really visually like European cars more, and I think to date there's been more thought into the engineering and just the general excitement of European cars more than the American iteration. I think with Ford's sort of development of their product line in the last couple of years, I think that's a changing function or factor. But because I've always had kind of this passion and love for the European vehicles, I'm not sure I'll change my mind much.
What websites do you reference the most for inspiration?
Well, obviously CarType, a pretty big reader there. And I spend a lot of my time on Quattro World because I'm a big Audi fan. So the articles and the forums there I spend quite some time in.